Hi guys, welcome to Linux or YouTube channel. My name is Ram Mishra and I am your online instructor. So what's in this video? In this video we will talk about how to limit CPU uses for Linux process. But before start the lab session we need to understand few points, which is what is CPU limit and their use cases. So in the Linux, there might be a process which could be consuming an excessive amount of compute resources, thereby adversely affecting the performance of the system. Other process would have to wait for the process presently consuming large amount of compute resources to complete before they could be granted access to the system CPU capacity to perform required operations. The problem of certain process consuming too much compute power can now be solved by using a utility called CPU limit. So as the name implies, CPU limit the CPU uses of process. The main aim of the CPU limit tool is prevent a process from running more than specified time ratio. It does not change the nice value, that is the process priority, but instead it's change the actual CPU uses of the process. It is able to adapt itself to the overall system load dynamically and very quickly. So in this demo, we will see how we can install and use this utility to limit CPU uses of process on our Linux system. So let's start the lab session and we'll see how we can use CPU limit command line tool in Linux platform. So here you can see this is my VMware workstation and currently I'm using one virtual machine which is based on RHEL 9 operating system. So let me show you the OS release version first of all. So if I go with cat etc red hat release, you can see currently I'm using RHEL 9.3. So let's start the first step, which is installing CPU limit. Installing CPULimit is fairly straightforward process. CPULimit is already available to install from default software repository of Debian or Ubuntu Linux with its available package management tool. You don't have to do any extra efforts to install CPULimit on Debian based Linux. But in RHEL and CentOS and Fedora, you need to first install EPEL repository and then install CPULimit command line tool. So let's install EPEL repository using by following command. So let me copy the command from my notepad. This is the command dnf install. I will drop this command in my description also. Dnf install https dl.fedoraproject.org and it will fetch this EPL repository from there. So you can see repository successfully installed. We can check it etc yum.repos.d and you can see EPL repository is available for me, right? Now EPL repository is enabled and available. Let's install CPU limit package by simple following dnf command line tool. Dnf install CPU limit. Press enter. So it looks this package in the EPL repository and it will fetch from there if it is available. Okay, just wait for a couple of seconds or minute. Yeah, it is there. So just you can see it is available in EPL repository. Just yes. Are you sure? Yes. Install the key also. Done. Now package is successfully installed. We can confirm from the help command by following CPU limit hyphen hyphen help. See, help is available. So this is the syntax CPU limit option in the target, and these are the options that are available. So now move to the next step, which is main part. We can say limiting process CPU use with CPU limit command line tool. So here CPU limit is already installed in my machine. We will now put it to use and validate its functionality. So to do this, we will need a process that can use a lot of CPU on the system. So I'm going to create a basic shell script, which is basically an infinite while loop script, and it will end up using a lot of compute resources, right? So I'll start with this, my favorite VIM editor. You can go with anyone. Demo.sh, this is shell based script, and let me write down very simple script from here. So I'll just copy it, I'll paste it here. So first is shebang and then while script, right? I'll save and quit. Now this code will create a loop that will consume all of the server CPU uses. Now to run this script, let's make it executable first of all. So how to make it executable? Just save and quit and run the command chmod chmod change mode as x demo.sh. Now you can see my script is executable, right? So to run this script, what we will do, we will just let's execute this script with the ampersand argument next to it so that it runs in the background and will get our prompt back as soon as the script execution begin, right? So I clear the screen, I run demo.sh and ampersand character. Press enter, good. Now you can see after initialization, you will receive a result of process ID. Here's the process ID of the process 17618 and the job ID, right? So this is our little script containing the infinite loop while loop is now in execution. Here we can see the job ID and the process ID. So if everything is correct, the new process should use all of the server CPU users. So let's check the CPU users for this particular process using the top command line tool on another terminal. So I'll open the new terminal here, top minus p, the process ID, hyphen p, and the process ID is 17618. 17618. The moment I press enter, and you can see, look at the CPU utilization, 87.4 and 95.3. So you can also see, as you may have observed, the CPU utilization has hit more than 90% and of it's being used by the script, whatever we have executed, right? This is the demo.sh which I have executed. So you can also see from the table the demo.sh process use approx more than 90% of CPU usage, and such CPU usage will prevent other process from working successfully and can finally result in server OS inactivity, right? So this is where CPU limit comes in the picture. Now we will use CPU limit command to limit the CPU utilization of this process to, for example, 30% by simple command CPU limit command. So I'll go back here again, CPU limit command, then hyphen L, I want to go with 30%, then the process ID 17618 and again ampersand, right? So here hyphen L30 will set the limit to the provider number of percentage, and in this case 30%. And hyphen P, and this is the process ID, is used to identify the process ID's PID as seen in the first column from top command line tool, right? Now let's press enter and run this command and we'll check top command again. Currently you can see it's 96% utilized, right? The moment I press enter, again I got the one more process ID and the job ID. You can confirm from the jobs command, right? So if I go back here, you can see, look at the CPU limit. So here you can see demo.sh process CPU consumption will be limited to approx 30% of CPU, and here the CPU users of demo.sh has been dropped approx 30 to 30%, right? So here's 30%, overall 31%, right? So which is very close to 30. So this is how we can use CPU limit command to limit CPU consumption. For additional information and use cases, how we can use option, we can view the CPU limit help use command line tool, CPU limit and hyphen hyphen help. So more options are available here. So by running this simple command, what we can do, we can limit the CPU limit, right? So guys, that's all about this small demo. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned new things. Soon I will come up with another new interesting topic. Till then, keep practicing. If you feel something I have missed or you wanted to know more something else, please reach out through my social media link, which is mentioned in the description. And if you like this video, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon button for the latest update, right? Before going to close this session, if you want to kill this process, because taking too much CPU utilization, what we will do, we will figure out the ps command again, process hyphen a, here it is, and we can kill it by using simple kill command. So I can use kill 17618. Now it's killed, right? So you can say it's free up now, right? So just press q for quit from there and just exist, right? So guys, thanks for watching, stay safe and goodbye.